everybody, Kim Berry here with Kim's DIY Tribe, and today we are making a DIY that is limitless, meaning anybody and everybody can do this. Yes, your kids can get involved in this one, you can get in this one and make something if you are brand new to Glowforge. You don't have to have any design experience, meaning you won't need Inkscape or Adobe Illustrator to make this happen, and it's going to touch on one of my favorite things, my near and dear passions, which is miniatures. Now, if you're not into miniatures, you just up the size of the product that you're using. I'm going to be using mini white ceramic tile, but you could use any size tile to make the project as long as it fits in the bed of your Glowforge laser. Glossy tile works best for this project, but it's not a deal breaker. You can try it on other tiles too. Start with something cheap and experiment. I went shopping and bought this sheet of white tile because I knew I was going to be popping them off to make little miniature 1/12 farmhouse signs. I want my little dollhouse to be like this perfect magnolia plantation where like a mini Joanna Gaines would come in and be in awe. Kidding. But seriously, you can control every element of a dollhouse. There's no messy footprints or pets that are involved in messing up your house. So it's kind of a neat area that I like to do so much that I opened an Etsy store to sell the minis I've been making for the last couple of years. So I'm showing all my miniaturist fans as well as all my regular crafters this project. If you have a tiered tray or a hutch or a farmhouse theme, any theme really, you can make something amazing. This is where the kids come in. They can draw any picture they want. And the Glowforge has a feature called the trace feature that will trace their drawing, and it can be engraved on one of these tiles. Wait till you see this magic. You won't believe how quick and easy it is to produce professional looking ceramic signs like the Gather, which is classic, locally grown for those of us that like to garden or pretend like we're farmers. A few of my friends love Ray Dunn, have complete collections of it they display. How cute would a sign like this be bigger? Like you could make it for a tiered tray like 4 inches. You could make it full size like a foot long and 6 or 8 inches wide and have it say this for your collection. How many of you love shopping farmers markets? I do. This Is Us, hugely popular show and saying for all of us that are cozy at home with our loved ones. Hobby Lobby has like 10 different versions of this sign right now. I love Hobby Lobby. But that's amazing. You can produce these in your house in minutes. And like I said, no design experience needed. So new to Glowforge people, this is going to be so easy. We're going to do it all through that Glowforge user interface. So I'm going to flip the view. Give me a thumbs up or a like. Give me some of your comments and feedback. Hit the bell, subscribe, and let's have some fun together. I'm going to flip this camera view so that you can see my computer screen, and let's get started. Here we are on the laptop view of the Glowforge user interface. Once you open the Glowforge design app, you're going to click on Create and then New Blank Design up here where my cursor is. And our design will be made completely in this interface. You don't need any SVGs for this. You don't need Adobe Illustrator or Inkscape to design something amazing. We're going to only use the Glowforge tools. I'm going to move my view a little bit here, and I'm going to bump up the zoom so that I can see exactly how and where I want to center my design. So you can go pretty big, and I want to keep it on the left side of the viewing area because when I use these tools, that's where it's going to show me the text box and the pictures that I want to move and put around. I'm going to make sure I'm back on the select tool, and I'm going to hit T for text. And we're going to start with something simple and classic like just a welcome sign. So here's our text box. Right up here you click in it and type. We're going to do welcome. Very traditional farmhouse sign. And I'm going to click it. And there it gives it to us. We're going to come up here and size it and center it the way we want. We're going to position it in the bed right on the tile. And you can see the shadow of the letters, and they'll kind of pop into a blue color here in a second. We'll get it where we like the way it looks, and then we're done with that one. Now come up to the Add button. Now we're going to do some artwork. And I was looking at pumpkins and thinking how fun it would be to make a customized pumpkin patch sign. Fall is coming and it'll be here soon, which I am excited about given our hot Florida temperatures. This is one I starred because it allows you to pick your favorites so that they're easy to find later when you want to replicate a project or use something similar that you've already worked with. So it's telling us the artwork is going to be added, and here it is. And of course it's too big, but we're going to size it down. I want to put it in this corner of the tile. And I'm going to add a text box. I'm going to add two different types of font to this. I'm going to add the Berry family. Still have my cap lock on. Let's fix that. And click in our text box. So it's going to be the Berry family, and I'm going to center this up here. Pumpkin patch. Don't re-click here because it will change this text box. You actually have to go back to the text box and add a second one, and there it pops up. And now we're going to put pumpkin patch. And we're going to use a different font for this. We're going to use one of the script fonts, and I've saved those up here. And let's check out Good Vibes, see what that looks like to us. It's okay. Let's try something else. Maybe Dancing Script, or even Grand Hotel. Let's try Grand Hotel. Yep, that's the one I like. So we're going to bring it up and we're going to size it. And I want this one to be bigger than the name part. So I'm going to go kind of big with this and work with it from here. Obviously, I don't want it to overlap the design, but I want it to be bolder than the name. So we're going to get it up here, make it just a tad bigger. And I want to get it centered in the space. I'm going to bring it down just a hair. And then I'm going to check our name and put it right above it. And if you oversize something, go back to the undo button and you can always change it. Let's move just a hair. Okay, that looks good. Now you're going to come and do your settings. This is an unknown material. It's not proof grade, so you're going to be using uncertified material. I measured this with my digital calipers, and it came up at almost 1/4 of an inch. So it's at about 0.23 was what the caliper said. So it's not quite 1/4 of an inch, but very close. And I'm going to hit submit. This will recalibrate the camera. So that means you will need to give it another look on your centering and adjust accordingly, because the cameras adjust once you put the measurements in. All right, and then you're going to enter settings. On tile, white glossy tile or any glossy tile, it doesn't have to be white, it could be black or any other color. I use the Engrave function, and I'm going to use the manual setting. I use a speed of 400 and full power. I happen to have already saved this in my custom settings. So when I go ahead and set this for you, I'm going to show you. You can hit this add button and name it Tile Engrave. I'm going to hit cancel because I've already done that. And I'm going to go to the next one and show you what I mean. Right here, I have Tile Engrave. I've done this 2 different times, and it will automatically put in that Tile Engrave setting that I've asked it to save. So 400 speed, full power. Now I'm going to come over here and click the print button, and it's going to tell us how long this engraving these 2 tiles will take. It takes it a minute to tell you, but it should be about 6 minutes. All right, let's open it up and see how they turned out. Here are our plain white tiles. You can see where the glaze has been engraved, etched off of them, and we're going to go take them and I'm going to show you how we proceed from here. Here's my top secret, not so secret really, tip for what you do next. You take a plain old Sharpie and you scribble over your engraving, whichever tile you're working on. You just scribble over it to embed the ink into the areas that were engraved away, etched. The shiny, smooth coating on the tile is gone now. And so that makes the part that is exposed in your engraving super absorbent. So we're going to fill all this in And then we simply wipe it away with rubbing alcohol. I let it dry for a little bit. I don't know that you need to. I just think it makes more sense to let it kind of dry before I try to wipe it away because I don't want a big mess on my hands. I don't want it on the edges or on the back. I just want it in the engraving. Okay, so I'm going to keep doing this. Let me do one more and then I'll put it on fast forward for you. And this makes the cutest little dollhouse signs. It would work for a Barbie playhouse. It would work on real big tiles as well. Think about all the different patterns or things you could do with regular tiles. And it doesn't have to be white tile. Any shiny, glossy tile will work really well, and even the not so shiny ones. I've done it on some tiles that were textured slightly and with a matte finish that wasn't the normal glossy tile. You could make nameplates for like a desk out of these, and they turn out beautiful. They just need a wooden easel or stand of some sort to kind of finish them off and make them not look like a tile. Photographs can be etched on these, and the same exact technique brings them to life. It's literally like magic. You can put in a picture, a family picture, or a wedding picture, a baby photo, and engrave it on a tile, color it with whatever Sharpie you want. It doesn't have to be black. Wipe away the excess, and it literally looks like a big reveal. I'm going to show you here in a little bit. But it's like magic right before your eyes. So this would be something fun to let your kids do. Since it doesn't have to be that neat, they can participate. And you can trace their drawings, in the Glowforge bed with the trace feature, and laser it onto a tile, let them have the Sharpie under supervision, and wipe it away and make their own special craft, something personal to them that they can participate in, which is always kind of fun when the whole family can do something like this together. Each member could make something special. All right, I'm gonna put it on fast forward, and then we'll go to the big reveal. Okay, let's get started on this big reveal and watch how nice the details pop through with this simple technique. Okay, so I'm using straight up 91% isopropyl alcohol. It's a little glittery from making my glitter tumblers as well. I use alcohol a lot, and it's hard to get right now because of COVID. Thanks, Rona. All right, so you just come in, dampen it. You don't want to saturate every bit of the tile because you don't want it to affect the parts that are recessed. You just want to wipe away the top part, and it does pretty good at staying where it's supposed to stay, but you wouldn't want to flood it. Don't get in a hurry and think you're saving time by soaking it, is what I'm saying. What am I trying to say? That's what I'm trying to say. So there it is, farmer's market with the little carrots, so cute. And if you need to, you can go in with a Q-tip, especially on these small detailed signs. You might need to clean up, but usually not. This came out pretty easily, as you saw. Here's another variation. And if your paper towel gets too much marker, this will continue to bleed on your tile. So that's why you see that I tear them into pieces, because it makes it easier to wipe away. I don't want to waste a full sheet, so I tear them into pieces. And that way I have fresh, clean sections I can use and change out as I need to. Of course, if you have any cuts on your hands, just like hand sanitizer, you're going to find out real quick. Super cute. And this was made all within the Glowforge user interface. You could do Inkscape or Adobe Illustrator or any of the other design programs that you like. You can even do it on Cricut. I have a video about that where you can use Cricut Design Space if that's what you're familiar with, create your text or your shapes or whatever, and I show you how that you can import them into Glowforge. But I just did the Glowforge user interface. The new beta program has these graphics, this little potted plant, the carrot, the radish, the leaves and sprigs. It makes it so easy and so fast. Anybody can design on the Glowforge now that they have the user interface program like this. It's super easy. If you want specialty fonts like this one, then you need to go to dafont.com where I get all my fonts, and you're going to need to do it through Inkscape and bring it over because they don't have every single font known to man, and some of these are kind of special, especially with the special characters on the ends of the letters. So in that case, you would still need to bring it through whatever design software you like to use. But these were completely done using the Glowforge user interface designs. This was their font and their leaves for the gather sign. Here we are with our farmhouse style. They're cute if you set them at an angle, and they set really nice wherever you want to set them. They would work in a Barbie house, or full-size ones would be really cute in bedrooms or laundry rooms, or any type of furniture that has shelving. You know, you have the living edge shelves or the floating shelves. These would be great made full-size on regular tile. They don't have to be mini. It just happens to be for this application. Here's a cute idea. You can make them for the seasons. And remember, you don't have to fill it with black Sharpie. It could be with green or brown or orange or gold or copper or rose gold. It would look beautiful. And again, you don't have to use white tile. You could use any color tile you wanted. This would be cute in a real Ray Dunn collection. There's lots of people that collect that and put it in a special area of their house. These would be cute to make them medium size for like a tiered tray. They can say anything you want. They can be personalized. They could have your family's name. If you have a coffee bar, how cute would that be over the top of a real coffee bar? I just happen to be working in minis. But thanks for being with me. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you make one and share it with me on our Facebook page. If you haven't joined me, please do join our Facebook group. Kim's DIY Tribe is on Facebook and Instagram. Come follow me there.